Hello, folks, and welcome to the skeletal system. We're going to go through the first part of the notes today on the skeletal system. We'll call it Part 1, Muscle Functions, Types, and Structures. Muscle types, there's three main muscle types. We've already talked about them in the histology unit and their basics, but we'll just do a quick, brief overview of them right now. We've got skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscle. Another thing just keep in mind is if you see the prefixes, myo, mice, and sarco, we're all referring to something having to do with muscles. And just in case I screw up later, I sometimes will flip the R and the C around in sarco and say sacro, but it is supposed to be sarco. Okay, so let's take a look at skeletal muscle first. Package of muscles that covered up my own words that attach to and cover the bony skeleton, hence the term skeletal muscles, and they also will attach to skin as well. They have obvious stripes called striations, which we noticed in our histology unit. It is voluntary control. In other words, we have conscious control over it. So I can choose to bend this finger or unbend this finger. I have the choice. I have the control of it. I'm aware of it, and I can control it. Skeletal muscle contracts rapidly, which is great. We can respond quickly to things, move, run, throw, that kind of stuff. But compared to other muscles, it does tire easily. So you got that cost and benefit. You can respond much quicker, but you'll tire faster as well. And it's basically responsible for our overall body motility, overall gross motor movements of our body. Cardiac muscle tissue, on the other hand, is found only in the heart. It's striated like skeletal muscle. You got those little perpendicular stripes where the actin and the myosin overlap, but it is not voluntary. We cannot consciously control the contractions of our heart. We can indirectly influence it by calming ourselves down or stressing ourselves out, which might slow down and speed up the heart muscle, but we can't directly control it consciously. And it contracts at a fairly steady rate, set by the heart's pacemaker. There is a pacemaker, we'll talk about the cardiac unit, that will cause the heart to beat on average without external control around 70 beats a minute for your whole life, and then parts of your nervous system can speed that up to slow it down as necessary. And we'll talk about that when we get to the cardiac unit and the nervous system unit as well. Smooth muscle tissue, the last of the three types, it's found in the hollow walls of the visceral organs, so your guts, like the stomach, the urinary bladder, and respiratory passages. So any hollow organ is going to be surrounded with some smooth muscle. And it forces food and other substances through internal body channels. So it's what's going to actually push things through your esophagus, through your stomach, through your intestines, and on out the other side. That's its job, to move things through other systems. It is not striated, and it is also involuntary. You have no control over it, which surprises some people because I have right up here, it's part of your urinary bladder. Well, you don't have control over when your urinary bladder contracts. You do have control over whether you open up the sphincter that keeps the urine from coming out, but you actually don't have direct control over the contraction itself. All right, so let's take a look at the general functions of the muscle. Skeletal muscles are responsible for all locomotion, moving around. Cardiac muscle is responsible for moving blood through the body. Smooth muscle helps maintain blood pressure by controlling, how small or large some of the arteries are, and squeezes or propels substances like food and feces through other organs. Muscles in general also help to maintain posture, stabilize joints, and generate heat. All important functions. That's why when you get cold, your nervous system tells your muscles to shiver, because it's a large part of your body mass. Working will generate heat. And that will do it for this first part of our notes on muscles, just the three general types and the general functions. Join me in the next video, part 1B, for muscle structure and microstructures.